Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Virtual Racing Network. Tonight we are here at Auto Club Speedway here on iRacing.com Simulator. We have a great race set for you here. We currently have about 39 drivers here for tonight's race. It is going to be a full field of drivers. Right now, Reese Milton in the 76 is at the top of your charts. And while we're here, we typically let you go on the scenic path here. Let's jump up to these drivers here as they are on the track here, and we're actually going to go to one of our normal cameras here that we might use for tonight's race. Let's actually go to our spotter cam here, and they are actually doing a little pit party right now. Sometimes those turn into pity parties out here, depending on how bad they go. Little bad news for some people, but regardless, they are a pit party out here, as it is going to be the 76 of Reese Milton that's going to be getting this little party started. Of course, coming up next here tonight is going to be qualifying from Auto Club Speedway. But before we get into all of that racing action, we need to get to tonight's sponsors. Of course, here on the racing side of things, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Global Building Contractors, your main sponsor here for tonight's race and this series. iRacing Drivers World. Make sure you check them out for all your iRacing needs on there. And of course, Gold Cube coming on board here as one of the newest sponsors. Make sure you check out all of these great partners over on their social media sites. This is the green flag essentially out for here for this little pit party. This is not actual race. This is a little pit party going on. While they do that, we also want to thank all of the partners that have made this broadcast possible here for 2019. Those that do include Northwest Racing Series, your official one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race. Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm, they are your official starting grid sponsor for tonight's race. Make sure you check them out for all your beard balm needs. RaceOnTexas.com, your official dirt partner here for Virtual Racing Network. Make sure you head on over to RaceOnTexas.com for all the on-demand live racing action for pay-per-view stuff when they do those. That is RaceOnTexas.com. Sim Speed Shop, your official button box company of Virtual Racing Network. If you are on iRacing, you need to check them out and get one of them button boxes today. Hanover Wrecker Service. They are the official caution sponsor for tonight's events. If you are in need of a wrecker service and you're in the area, make sure you give them a call at 1-304-64-3848. On the Edge of Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer. Make sure you check them out at ontheedgemotorsports.com. Fix them that gum up today. Huffman Designs. If you are on iRacing and you need a car painted, it looks like two cars down there are going to need some repainting after that one. And you can check them out on social media. That is Alex Huffman of Huffman Designs. And last but not least, that is themselves here at RACECORE Online Racing League. If you're looking to get into some racing here on iRacing, make sure you check them out. They race on Sundays and Tuesdays. We'll be having those trucks come up here shortly. In June. That is RaceCoreOnlineRacingLeague.com to get registered. And make sure you check them out. That'll do it here for the sponsors. We again have some great racing going to be coming your way. Whether you're on Facebook here tonight, enjoying it in 1080p, or if you're over on the YouTube side of things in the ultra high definition 1440p stream here tonight. We want to thank you all for showing up to tonight's race. Again, we should have a fantastic night of racing coming your way, as we just have a ton of cars here. We have about 39 drivers that have made the way here. They should be getting into a driver's meeting here shortly. We'll see if we can't talk to one or two of these drivers before it all goes down. But of course, before we dive any further in, we are going to take a quick little break and get a word in from one of our sponsors. So we will be right back.
On down into turn number 4, trying to run down the 61 of Aaron Corley. Aaron Corley still your race leader, followed by Tommy Fain, Bobby Miller, Gary Williams, and Shelby Williams. number 3. Trying to get a run on the 1B. Bobby Miller didn't have quite enough for that time. Meanwhile, back up front, your leader still is 61 of Aaron Corley.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and they are indeed in a driver's meeting at the moment. Oh, of course, we will not interrupt them for that. So let's go ahead, and while we're at it, let's pull up the countdown to green. There you see green flag drop for qualifying in just under 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and pull up your point standings here for tonight. This is, of course, coming into tonight. Once we leave tonight, these will all change, as it is Mikey Neal out front leading this pack with 144 points. Right behind him is going to be James Thorello with 143 points. That right there is just going to be an outstanding battle going on for these two drivers, and I believe that didn't change too much from last week. Let's make sure that is indeed the correct point standings here, as we're going to confirm that as well to make sure it is indeed, and yes, it is indeed. That is the point standings as of ISM Raceway. So there you have it. Jamir Muhammad, 7 points behind with 137 points. Reese Milton right now 136 points, 8 points out, 1 point behind Jamir Muhammad. And you jump back there, you have Alex Huffman, 130-14, and then right behind him, Jason Covington with 128, 16 points out of the lead. So really, really good battles going on throughout the night here. Obviously, you're going to have a really good battle between Mikey Neal, James Zarello, Jamir Muhammad, and Reese Milton going to put on a good battle. Alex Huffman, Jason Covington, and really even Jeff Merck here is going to be putting a good battle. And you could probably even count Sterling Smith in that as well. So right there, really good battle between 5th and about 8th place in the point standings. Then you go back a little bit, you have Jeff O'Quinn and Chris Brown, 113 and 110 respectively. Those two are going to be putting on a good show as well. Just to round out your top 20 in the points, 11th through 20th, it's going to be Austin Edstrom, who I am not sure if is actually here. No, he is indeed here tonight. So 107 points for him. Obviously, David Estes, 95. Brian Bazell, 94. Josh Coley, 94 as well. So a tie for 13th place. Sam Crow, 93. 1 point behind him is Jonathan Ellis, currently with 92 points. 1 point behind him, going to be with 91 points. It's going to be Brandon Needham and Trevor Graffam with 90 points as well. So right there, another really good battle between Josh Coley all the way down to Trevor Graffam. Just 1 point separating between those spots independently. So a really good battle going on back there as well. Bryson Barker, 87 points, and rounding out your top 20 coming into tonight's race is going to be Charles Hoffman in 20th with 84 points. So early in the season, we still have a lot of battles going on all over the point standings. I expect a lot to change before this is all said and done. So again, a lot will be changing. A lot will be happening in the point standings here. We still have about 11 or so minutes left in here. We're going to see as soon as this driver meeting over if we can't possibly get a word in with at least one of these drivers and kind of get their feel for tonight's race. How are the tires going to fare? How is fuel going to fare here tonight? Which will we see more of? The million-dollar question here tonight, of course, is how many cautions will we have? We just don't know. It could be a caution-filled race like last week was, or we could see a 1-0 cautions here. We've seen it before where this league goes caution-free. However, there was not nearly 43 cars in the field. There was roughly about 20 to 25. So significantly more cars here in this field to deal with. And when you're starting in the back here, there's a lot of drivers that are with those EOLs. It's going to make it that much more harder to kind of work your way through this field. So again, a lot is going on here, as we have a lot of people out there watching. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight, whether you're on the Facebook or YouTube side of things. Definitely, if you haven't before, on either the Facebook or the YouTube, make sure you like the page or subscribe to the YouTube page. And of course, make sure you hit that thumbs up regardless of which one you're on. If you like the racing here tonight, share this out with everybody you can. Let's get as many people in here watching this as we possibly can here tonight. Our goal, obviously, is to get around 50 to 100 live. If we can get more than that, even better. So let's shoot for that here tonight and share, share, share. We will be right back. We're going to see if we can't grab a driver to talk to. Give us just one moment. And it looks like they are still in that driver's meeting. They are going over some stuff, so we do not have a chance to pull one of them down just yet. Again, they are still in that driver's meeting, and we do not want to interrupt that. While we do have a moment, though, here, let's go ahead and get rid of your countdown there, as we roughly have about 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes. Let's go ahead and bring this up real fast just so you can get a shot here of the track just a little bit. You can't really see the cars on pit road, but we want to let you know that tonight's aerial coverage for the race is brought to you by Sames Ford. Again, tonight's aerial coverage is provided by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Make sure if you're in the market for a new or used cars, you check them out. They are Texas's oldest dealership, so make sure you definitely make the drive down there if you are in the market for a new or used car. That being said, let's go ahead and pull up some track information here tonight. Well, actually, track location. We're here at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. We're going to go ahead and also pull up that track information. There we go. What's up on the screen? Your track information here for tonight's race provided by Bulletproof Tees. If you need a t-shirt, you need to give them a call or head on over to bulletprooftees.com. Here at Auto Club Speedway, obviously a 2-mile track, 4 turns around this monster of a track, altitude 3,600 feet, over 3,600 feet. It is quite elevated here. Race distance is not over 4 million miles. That is just because we are here in practice. Your track temp, a very cool 69 degrees. That is very cool. Not quite as cool as it was for anybody that's out there watching that was at Monarch Motor Speedway when we were covering that event here this past Friday with Race on Texas. It was quite chilly up in the stands there filming that race. Probably not the best idea to have worn shorts and a t-shirt to that track with those high winds and chilly weather, but hopefully this next Friday will be a little bit warmer, hopefully around 69 degrees. That would be nice and warm out there, just about right. Wind speed 2.7 miles per hour out of the southwest. That roughly will change here throughout the night. We'll see 2 to 3, maybe even up to 5 or 6 miles per hour. I do expect that to change periodically throughout the night, and we will check in on that as well. So again, a lot going on here tonight. A lot of cars have checked in. Again, 39 drivers set to take the field here in just about 6 minutes, as we'll go ahead and put the countdown back on your screen. We are going to take another break here and get a quick word in for one of our sponsors, and we will be right back.
This is a demonstration for the built-in water temperature sensor of W5 CPU water block. There is a water temperature sensor built inside W5 to detect the temperature of the coolant that runs through W5. Here, we're using thermal mode and time-lapse effect to show the temperature change of the system. You can easily see the real-time temperature change on the software screen. W5 is also made with central inlet design, which contributes to higher coolant flow that helps faster heat dispatching to achieve a lower coolant temperature, of which you can see on the software thanks to the water temperature sensor. While W5 shows you the temperature of the coolant that runs through your CPU water block, you can also throw in a Pacific TF1 indicator to monitor the temperature and coolant flow of your hose system.
All right, we got about just under 5 minutes left to go. At the moment, they are still in a driver's meeting. I don't see anybody separating here at the moment. As soon as we see that little driver's meeting, little party up there going on and dispersing, we will, of course, bring a driver down and see if we can't talk to him. We may try to see if we can't get a word in with Sterling Smith here in just a moment, as again they are going over some last minute stuff here, just normal stuff you would expect at any driver's meeting. So we'll again see if we can't get that word in. All right, we of course have sent out a message here to see if we could possibly get a word in with one of them when that does happen. As you can see right there, up close and personal with the Global Building Contractors number 76, Reese Milton, as he is sitting on pit road at the moment. A really nice looking paint job, and of course that is the presenting sponsor here for tonight's race. So an awesome looking paint job there on that number 76 of Reese Milton. And we will see. It looks like we thought we had a response there, but indeed not. It is just somebody wishing they could race here, but we are getting ready to get things going. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that driver interview in. We may try to grab them after qualifying before we move on to the actual race. But again, unfortunate that we are not going to be able to talk to one of these drivers just kind of about what this race is going to entail for them, what they're going to have to do to win this race. This is not the best track out there for people. A lot of people despise this track and hate this track with a passion. Then again, there's a lot of people that absolutely love this track. But again, we're not going to be able to talk to one of those drivers that doesn't look like so. We are going to take one last little break here, and when we come back here in about 30 seconds or so, we're going to recap our pre-race show here, and we will get into qualifying coming up next here from Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. All right, we are back here again. Less than a minute left in practice. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. And, of course, we want to give a big shout-out to all of the people that came out to Monarch Motor Speedway with our partnership here with Race on Texas. Obviously, you know, Virtual Racing Network, we are going out to real tracks now. With that partnership, that was part of what I get to do now. So for all of them out there, I know I've seen a few that were out there, David and Heather, whichever one of you was out there watching, if you're still there. Big shout out to y'all for coming, stopping by the stream. Obviously, the 7D was out there racing that night. I believe the limited modified class, if I am correct. So big shout out to y'all for stopping up by, as it looks like their driver meeting is over here. 3 seconds left on the clock. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the clock, as it is now time to get this thing going here. We are going to go to the live camera qualifying coming up next here from ISM, from Auto Club Speedway here on iRacing. There it is. A green flag is waving. They have 5 minutes to get out on this track and make the best they can. Hopefully we keep our voice tonight, as we're going to go ahead and pull up your driver qualifying bar, as well as qualifying drop down. And it looks like one of our first drivers come out is going to be Jeff O'Quinn, as well as Adam Henderson out on the track. Let's go ahead and switch over to our main camera here for tonight. We'll see. We also have Jack Fellers out on the track. Josh Reeves out on the track. Also a real-life driver sponsored by Global Building Contractors. So we'll make sure to check them out, as this, of course, is the RACECORE Xfinity Series presented by Global Building Contractors. We'll just have to wait and see how he qualifies in that Toyota Camry here tonight, as it looks like he's running a pretty good line here. You don't want to get too close to that bottom, or you could potentially spin this out. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Again, you'll see the times as quickly as we see them come in to the top 20 on the board there to the left side of your screen. Again, we hope our voice holds out here for tonight. So we'll see. Hopefully everybody out there wearing green here today, as of course it is St. Patrick's Day. So if you didn't, well, you probably got pinched. I know I did, because I completely forgot and didn't wear any green whatsoever. Hopefully you were a little bit smarter than me, but Austin Edstrom running green on his car is going to take it to the top of the charts, as that's not going to stick. Jeff Merck in the number 60. We are having an issue with his number not wanting to show up. But that is indeed the number 60 of Jeff Merck. At the top is going to be Josh Reeves now to second, as Bill Edwards is going to take third place. Right now, Brian Dorsey in fourth place in that number 9 machine with a very fast time of 40.496. So a lot of fours coming in. Austin Edstrom being dropped all the way back down to fifth place right now. Chris Brown currently in sixth place with a 40.572. That is the second. 40.5 is the first one, was Austin Edstrom. Let's go down here to Jason Covington, who we expect to be fast, as well as Jameer Muhammad. I expect to see fast times from him in that number 2 Global Building Contractors Chevrolet, I believe is what he is driving here tonight. It is indeed a Chevrolet Camaro. So again, a lot of very fast drivers here for tonight's race. We're going to go down to Carlos Maciel, who is out on the track right now in, I believe that's a YouTube painted car there. We got a little Ford Mustang, so we'll see what he can put in as well. Thiago Vieira right now on the track didn't have the luck he wanted to last race. We'll see if that luck is going to turn around here for him tonight, as Jameer Muhammad takes it to the top of the charts with a 40.302. That will be a blistering fast time for him. The only, so far, 40.3 second time. He has absolutely crushed the competition right here with that lap. We'll see if that's a one-lap wonder, though, if he can keep holding on to that lag. Craig Covington in the 96, currently 15th fastest. Let's check in with Sterling Smith out on the track right now. We'll see where he stacks up at in the number 17 Chevrolet here tonight. As it's going to be interesting to see. He is on lap number 1. Will he crack the top 10? Possibly even crack the top 5 here in qualifying. There's a few other drivers still left out on the track right now. Brandon Young is out on the track, his teammate as well. So we'll see if they can do it. I believe they picked up a new sponsor. It is on the hood there. That is Extreme Sims. That is on that hood of that car. So again, we've been talking to these people, really good people here. If you're in the market for a simulator, make sure you check them out. Again, just so we make sure we get that correct name here for you, we will pull that up That is ExtremeSimRacing.com. Extreme Sim Racing is the official sponsor for them. So, again, make sure you check them out if you're in the market for a sim rig. That's ExtremeSimRacing.com. They are making their presence here and known in the U.S., so make sure you check them out if you're in the market for a sim rig. The official sponsor of them, and that's going to do it as qualifying is over. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of your qualifying bar and, of course, your qualifying drop down. Hanover Wrecker Service, your official caution sponsors. We're technically not under caution, but the yellow flag is out. And it is time to get to the grid here for tonight's race. And we're going to jump right into it here. Row 1 is going to be the 2 of Jameer Muhammad and the 60 of Jeff Merck. As, for some reason the number shows up there but doesn't anywhere else. We'll have to get that fixed. Row 2 is going to be the 69 of Josh Reeves and the 53 of Bill Edwards. Row 3 is going to be the 48 of Dustin Covington and the 81 of Carlos Maciel. Row 4 is going to be the 9 of Brian Dorsey and the 78 of John Van Varellis. Row 5 is going to be the 79 of Rodrigo Munoz and the 88 of Austin Edstrom. Row 6 is going to be the 1 of Chris Brown and the 6 of Matthew Ellis. Row 7 is going to be the 29 of Brandon Dorsett and the 84 of Bryson Barker. Row 8 is going to be the 32 of Jack Fellers and the 10 of Jason Covington. Row 9 is going to be the 3 of Alex Huffman and the 96 of Craig Covington. Row 10 is going to be 11 of Jeremy Evans and the 94 of Jeff O'Quinn. Row 11 is going to be the 77 of Justin Spear and the 17 of Sterling Smith. Row 12 is going to be the 14 of Adam Henderson and the 99 of Justin Starr. Row 13 is going to be the 8 of Mikey Neal and the 33 of Josh Coley. Row 14 is going to be the 52 of Thiago Vieira and the 45 of Brian Jones. Row 15 is going to be the 76 of Reese Milton and the 13 of James Zarello. Row 16 is going to be the 24 of Brian Bazell and the 16 of Brandon Needham. Row 17 is going to be the 555 of Butch Frazier and the 51 of Brandon Young. Row 18 is going to be the 56 of Mike Watts and the 63 of Charles Hoffman. Row 19 is going to be the 4 of Justin Winters and the 22 of J.W. Lopez. Row 20, rounding out the field here, playing shotgun, is going to be the 82 of Justin Lopez. We'll see how he stacks up here. He's got a long way to go back from the rear of this field as we have a huge amount of cars here tonight. Again, 39 drivers have made the trip here to tonight's event. Question is, who will be sitting in victory lane later on tonight? Well, we're going to find out here shortly as things are starting to get ready here. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how this one all plays out, as in the end it is going to be all up to who can outrun the competitors and outshine them. But you see the flashes going off in the stands. Pictures are being taken. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here for the first time at Auto Club Speedway here in Fontana, California. Again, just outstanding here. 39 drivers. It looks like Justin Lopez did not start, so 38 drivers started tonight's race. And you can see the field right there. It is absolutely huge here for tonight's race. And already Jameer Muhammad and Jeff Merck out to a pretty sizable lead over third place at the moment. So surprisingly, they already jumped to about a 0.6 second lead. So 0.6 of a second already. You see a few flashes going off here and there. The more these cars amplified up, the more they get side by side, 3 and 4 wide, the more you will see those pictures being taken there with the flashes in the stands. Just absolutely astonishing to see all of the new improvements we have here on iRacing. Let's go a little further back here. Look at this group going on right here. Right now you got Carlos Maciel, Austin Edstrom, Brian Dorsey, Bryson Barker, Rodrigo Munoz, all these guys right in here showing you how it's done here on iRacing, as they are just putting on a show for you tonight. Hopefully you are enjoying this racing already. It is just crazy out there as we're on lap number 3 of 90 here for tonight's events. Just to see what these guys see, let's go up here to Jason Covington, and let's go on board the dash cam with him here in that number 10. Again, on board camera here, brought to you by Northwest Racing Series, as you have the, I believe that's Haas Clinic up there, as we'll see. This is again on board with Jason Covington in the number 10 machine, as you see everybody that he sees in front of him right now. Let's jump up to the 79 of Rodrigo Munoz right there, and you see him 3 wide in front of him. That is for 9th position, and he's going to come up to the 81. Ooh, almost get to his back bumper there, the 81 of Carlos Maciel. I believe those two, I'm not sure if they're teammates, but they're definitely buddies. I believe they're from roughly the same area, so we'll get back to our main camera here, as they are going to go right there. You see the 6 and the 79 and Matthew Ellis and Rodrigo Munoz side by side, and it looks like it is going to be Matthew Ellis in the 6 that does take the position. That battle's not done just yet, though. We're keeping an eye on that one. Of course, the 81 of Carlos Maciel right in front of them, with Jason Covington behind them. So far, so good. Caution-free. This is the RACECORE Xfinity Series, presented by Global Building Contractors here on Virtual Racing Network, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. Let's go back to the front, as right now Jameer Muhammad still holding off the hard-charging Jeff Merck in that number 60 machine. Jeff Merck definitely no stranger to being up front. We've already talked to him once this season in a post-race show, and he has definitely proven that he's going to give Jameer a run for his money. But I wouldn't count on Josh Reeves either in 3rd place. While he's not right on their bumper, he is right there holding his own. So somebody you definitely are going to have to look out for here as we get into the closing laps. Again, one thing we don't know here tonight is a fuel strategy. We do not know what type of fuel or how type of fuel we're using. We don't know how long their fuel is going to last them here tonight. It really just depends. If they can go 30 laps on fuel, we may see them divide this into a 2-stop race, coming in at lap 30 and lap 60 roughly, and then run it out to the end. That's what we're going to be expecting anyway. Whether that happens is a totally different story, though. As we're watching this group back here still duke it out, we're keeping an eye on that lead. Let's go ahead and pull up your top 3 here. So we will keep an eye. If that number drops below 0.1, we will definitely jump right back to the front. But right now, it looks like back here with Bryson Barker, John Van Varelis, Chris Brown, Brian Dorsey, these guys right now are putting on the best show for you at the moment. Again, we go back to the one of Chris Brown. We made that apology to him, and we'll make it public on here as well. We thought he got into a driver last week. After a further review on our end, we did see it was net code. He did not get into the driver. Again, we've already talked to him, so again, we do apologize for that. Again, on our end, we have very little time to check it out, and it looked worse than it was. And again, once we looked into it, it was definitely net code. There was no actual contact made there. So right now, it looks like somebody may have made contact with him, though, as that front bumper side actually is a little torn up, but looks to be, for the most part, in a decent shape. We'll see how it all plays out. As you can see, that little crease there between the front bumper and the side panels. The 81 goes around. That is Carlos Maciel. Caution is out and hard into the inside wall. Ooh, and he just barely misses the green cone off pit road. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to the 81, as we're going to go to the aerial cam, again brought to you by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Texas's oldest dealership. But what happened here to the 81 Oh, looks like he might have come down just a little bit on the 10 of Jason Covington. Around it goes into the inside wall and just barely misses the cone right there for pit exits. That will bring out our first caution here on lap number 10 as we go back to live. Jameer Muhammad, your race leader. I honestly don't know if we're going to see anybody come down pit road or not. So you're about to be as surprised as we are to whether they come down pit road or not here under this caution. I'm assuming, not sure, we're checking an eye on chat. We see, I'm not sure if Mikey Neal did receive the EOL or not. If you might know a little more than we do. Unfortunately, we don't get those reports on here to us. If he did get an EOL, I'm not sure what it would have been for unless it was from last week. We see a lot of people in chat. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight as we are under caution, and here they come down pit road. We might see if we can get a word in with Mikey there and see what got him back there, as we are about to find out. We did get the list of EOLs, but we were unable to get that pulled up here at the moment here for the beginning of the race. It looks like Mikey Neal is on pit road now. As you can see him right there, he's just now getting into pit road, and everybody's on pit road right now. We got a few drivers getting ready to pull off pit road. The question is, who will come off first? I'm not sure who's going to get it. I believe Josh Reeves is going to beat them all off pit road, as Jameer Muhammad's going to come out second, and Jeff Merck going to come out or third and second. So let's go there. Let's see if we can't get a quick word in with a driver here and see what might have happened. And we see, let's pull, who are we going to pull to the booth here tonight? Let's see if we can't possibly pull Mike Neal here, or Mikey Neal up here real fast to chat with him. Mikey Neal, you got a copy?
Yes, I got a copy.
Oh, we got you real fast. We got your dad in chat saying EOL. Did you receive an EOL, or did you have one from the prior race? We did see quite a ways back in the fields here, back in 30th.
Yeah, an EOL, so, and I got the last one, so I had to start 38, but one of the cars behind me didn't go, so I had to start on the back stretch when everybody went green, and I couldn't really do much. That's out of my hands. I mean, I didn't want to get a black flag where I have to go in under pit road and lose a lap, so I had to wait, and sadly I put me back there, but since we got a restart here, I'll be probably up around 30th, maybe around 32nd, 33rd, and hopefully I might be able to gain some positions now.
Well, real fast here before we let you go, of course, the question is, what is the tires like here? Do you think you're going to have to come in every pit stop, or are you going to try to hang out there one?
Oh, yeah. The car is just super tight. You have no grip, and you have the most grip on newer tires, so even if there's about a 4 or 5 lap run, I expect people to come in, because if you don't, you're going to be super tight compared to everybody else, and the tires are going to wear a lot here. We're going to drop off 2.5 seconds, maybe even 3 by the end of the run, but it's going to be pretty difficult, but the tires are just going to wear. That's all I can say.
All right, we're going to get you down there real quick, and good luck. Hopefully we'll talk to you later on tonight.
Thanks, Charles.
All right, we have to quickly get him down there, as of course they are getting ready to get things going here tonight. And the last thing we want to do is interfere with their start here tonight. Obviously, that's the worst. This is the last thing we want to do. We don't want to interfere with their restart of the original start of this race. But you're watching the RACECORE Xfinity Series presented by Global Building Contractors here on Virtual Racing Network, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. Green flag back in the air. Josh Reeves leads them to the line, as they're going to have a connection issue, and the cameras are flashing once again, getting the pictures of all these beautiful cars going around this track here at Auto Club Speedway. We will see how this one plays out, as it's Jeff Merck in second place. We got the 81 back here just a little ways. That is Carlos Maciel, currently 2 laps down. That damage he got is just too much to overcome here tonight, as again they do not have any fast repairs, so he is having to fight that car, I'm sure. Probably not the way he wanted the night to go. And what we've seen from the 81 of Carlos Maciel, a really fast driver, really talented, but unfortunately getting caught up in a mess earlier, just a few laps ago, not going the way he wanted it to go here tonight. We go back to the front. It's Josh Reeves, Jeff Merck, and Jameer Muhammad are your front 3 drivers here at the moment. Jeff Merck, again, we told you he was fast at the last race where we talked to him, and look at he is leading the race right now. He is now fixing to lead his first lap of the race. And interesting enough there, as we see the 60 does show up in the top, but just not in other parts of the overlay, so we're having an issue with those. So anytime you see Jay Merck or Jeff Merck, if it says 6, it is actually a 60 is his official number. As we'll see right there, it does say 6, but that is the 60 of Jeff Merck leading this race right now. And he is probably super thrilled to be out there leading this pack right now. But here comes Josh Reeves, the actual real-life sponsored driver from Global Building Contractors, being chased down by the Sim-sponsored Global Building Contractors of Jameer Muhammad. Muhammad going to go to the inside, going to make a run on the 69 of Reeves, and he will take it. As right now, Jeff Merck has led his second lap. Jameer Muhammad trying to come back to see if he can't lead the rest of this race, as Jameer Muhammad did give up the lead on pit road, but before that he had led every single lap side by side for second place right now between Reeves and Muhammad. The 2 Global Building Contractors cars out here on the track, not to mention, of course, Reese Milton, who is also, and he is currently sitting back in 20th spot in its own little group, side by side with the 17 of Sterling Smith. Sterling Smith and Reese Milton battling for 20th spot right now. Those 2 duking it out. His teammate, of course, behind him, Brandon Young, didn't get to qualify. I don't think he actually officially put in a time. If he did, we just didn't see it. It was left the last minute. But right now, the 51 of Brandon Young really in a mix of things going on here. As they're 3 wide behind him. That includes Mikey Neal, Brandon Needman, and Justin Starr. 3 wide here at Auto Club Speedway. Just crazy how they're getting around this track 3 wides. As now it looks like Brian Jones is going to get into the mix as well. Let's go back up to the front. As you see, Josh Reeves did get back by Jameer Muhammad to take second place. So Reeves back around Muhammad for second place. Look behind them, Austin Edstrom coming into the picture in the number 88 machine, followed by Dustin Covington, Bryson Barker, and Josh Coley. Josh Coley, of course, no stranger to a lot of competition. This is not the first rodeo that he has been in. And to Josh in the chat, do not use our chat as a platform for you to voice your opinion of wrecking someone. That is one good way to get yourself banned from chat. We do not condone drivers, fans, or anybody else wrecking another driver on the track. There are drivers that watch this, and the league also watches this. So please do not type in our chat telling someone to wreck another driver. That is completely frowned upon around here, and we do not appreciate it. That being said, back to the racing action. It is right back here. You have Matthew Ellis, Alex Huffman, and Brandon Dorsett putting on a nice little battle. That is currently for about 10th position on the track. We'll see who is it going to be. Again, let's go up a little bit further here. We still got this little battle going on for second place. I would probably venture to say for second place, it's about a 4-car battle. As Jeff Merck, once he took the lead here on this restart, he has pulled away from the rest of the field at the moment. So definitely fresh air out front here for that 60 of Jeff Merck is really proving to be an asset for him here. As that may have been why Jameer Muhammad was able to pull away. But this is the group I want to talk about here. Right here, you've got Reeves, Muhammad, Edstrom, Covington, Coley, and Barker all back here. That is really a battle for second place at the moment, and they are doing a fantastic job as the 88 of Austin Edstrom almost scrapes the outside wall, but he will keep it going in the right direction in that one Sim Chevrolet. As we'll see, let's just take a look here at the Chevrolets on here. Right now, just to go through our top 5 drivers, we have 4 Chevrolets and 1 Toyota here in the top 5. So Chevrolets primarily dominating this series as it's side by side. One of those Chevrolets, Jameer Muhammad, trying to get by the only Toyota in the top 5 of Josh Reeves. Them two have just been duking it out. Here is right now Josh Reeves kind of on the defense. He's having to hold off the 2 Jameer Muhammad and the 88 of Austin Edstrom. He's having to pick his position, which one he wants to try to block the most, the 88 or the 2, and they are really starting to duke it out. Austin Edstrom looking to the outside, looking to the inside. Austin Edstrom will get by Jameer Muhammad to take 3rd place. However, I'm not sure this battle is quite done just yet. So we will keep an eye on it to see indeed if it is done or not. But definitely it's going to be a battle come down to the end of this race. We may have a lap car coming into the picture. We do indeed. I'm not sure who it is that they're catching. There it is right there. It's going to be Butch Frazier in the 555 Hooters machine. They are catching him. Ooh, we got cars into the outside wall. That's going to be the 88 of Austin Edstrom. Scrapes the outside wall. Jameer Muhammad taking evasive action. That's going to let Josh Coley and Bryson Barker by the 88 of Edstrom. He's going to lose 2 spots, almost 3 spots actually out of that ordeal. Dustin Covington in the 48, not quite able to get by on the incident there, but Austin Edstrom again going to lose 3 spots before it is all said and done. As we were just talking about Butch Frazier about to go a lap down, and he is being caught very quickly here. Let's go on board here with the roll bar camera on with our leader here, Jeff Merck, real fast. And there you see just how close he is closing in. Right there, probably about 6 car lengths behind, and look how quickly he's catching in the turns. This is where Jeff Merck really has a good run. Look how quickly he's catching him right there. He all but has caught him in less than a half a lap, probably in about 2 corners, or technically less than 2 corners. He gets by him, as that's going to put him a lap down. We're going to go off there and go back to this battle, side by side, still for 2nd place. As this could get interesting, as Josh Reeves and Jameer Muhammad side by side battling. They're coming up in the lap car. Butch Frazier, what will happen here when they catch the lap car of Butch Frazier? Obviously, Frazier's going to let him by. I don't think he's going to be too much of an issue here. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how that one plays out. Who's going to have the advantage? Is it going to be the high side or the low side? You see him come flying around the corner here. We're on lap 25. We're just about 1/3 of the way done with this race. Jameer Muhammad taking it to the bottom here, a little bit below the white line. That's perfectly legal here at Auto Club. As long as it's not a yellow line, you can do that. Is this going to be Josh Coley that is taking it almost 3 wide for 2nd place? Caution definitely, I think, is going to be the best way to get back to the front. I think a strategy on the pit stops is going to be 1, maybe 2 tires. Especially later in the racing, with more on sim than real life. Later in the race, people start to get a little aggressive. So if you can take 2 tires later in the race, if you're further back, and get yourself up to the front, then you can possibly count on that caution coming out in maybe 5-6 laps. Then you're up front and you can pit sooner, get in and get out of pit road you can try to maintain that position. So pit strategy is a really good way, especially here at Auto Club, to get yourself back to the front. I know we're talking about Mikey Neal, who's actually up to 21st now from 30th. So he's gained 9 spots from the start of this from the restart here. As we'll pull that up, he started 25th. He's up to 21st, and he said he started technically 38th because of the EOL, and he is fighting his way back to the front of this field. But yes, pit strategy is going to be a big key here. I would expect to see some of these guys later in the race take 2 tires and see if they can possibly take that 7-second pit stop, and versus the 13 or 14, even 15-second stop, and see if they can get back to the front, or to the front if they haven't been there all night. And I really think that's going to be a valid strategy for these guys, as everyone is going to want to come down pit road. The question is, which side of tires do you take? It depends on which ones are wearing out most here. We didn't get that information out of Mikey earlier, as he doesn't want to give all the trade secrets. However, we're on lap 29 of 30. They've been on this stint for 18 laps so far, 19 for some people. And that is going to be a key to the strategy as well. The longer we run on these tires, the less likely you are to take 2 tires, is that you really don't want to have too much of an offset. If you've got a stint where you've got 10 laps on them and you get some fresh tires, it's doable. You're getting a run like this where you have 20, 30, 40 laps on the tire versus brand new fresh tires, probably not going to be the best bet, as you're probably going to spin it out. So definitely a different strategy there, and they are running great right now. 19 laps on this stint. Here we are 29 laps complete. We are on lap number 30 here at the moment. Let's go back to this little group battle in here. That is Austin Edstrom, Josh Coley, Bill Edwards, and Josh Reeves, who has fallen back just a little bit. He came on so strong, but he has since fallen back through the field, as Bryson Barker is going to take his spot of 3rd. Let's go up to our leader, though. Look at this gap here and see if we can get a bumper cam if we have one on him. And we'll see. I'm not sure if we do have a cam, and there we do. We indeed have a gearbox cam here, so that gray is the back of the car, so disregard that. Right there, that is the gearbox cam here on the back of the you see that difference is a little less, so they are really getting intensified back there. As we go back to our main camera here, Jameer Muhammad doing everything in his power to try to get back to the front. He's been there for quite a bit earlier, but Jeff Merck in that clean air really starting to pull away. Let's go back here to this group. Reese Milton, Chris Brown, Brian Dorsey, Thiago Vieira, James Larillo, and contact. It's going to be the 10 of Jason Covington that goes around, and he stops it before getting into the inside wall. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here to the 10 of Jason Covington. All seemed well as we go to the same forward aerial coverage here tonight and see what happened to the 10 of Jason Covington. And a little rubbing there by the 6 of Matthew Ellis, or I believe that's not, is that Matthew Ellis in the 6? Yes, it is Matthew Ellis in the 6. As the caution will come out. Let's take another look at that and see if we can get a different view of that. Here as you're watching from another view, zoomed in here on the blimp camera, and see what we can see. You'll see the 10 right here, and here it comes the 6 into the picture. The 6 may have got a little bit of a run, and I'm not sure if the 6 came up or the 10 came down a little bit. That is a tough call to make there. But either way, they do make contact as we go back to live. No surprise with right now 22 laps on their tires. Everybody is coming down pit road. And again, we are not surprised to see everybody coming down pit road. As there you see him right there. We'll go to our pit road cam here. and everybody's coming down pit road. Josh Coley going to be one of the first ones, followed by Reese Milton to pull off. Not sure who that is behind him, but everybody's starting to pull off. It looks like Bryson Barker's going to pull off. There goes Austin Edstrom in the 88. There is Jeff Merck and Jameer Muhammad pulling off, as well as the 69 of Reeves pulling off. So everybody on pit road here under caution on lap 34 of 90. It will not be long before we are at the halfway point. While they're under caution, as it looks like we are going to have possibly some takers here. We'll see. It looks like we are going to come out of pit road. We're going to step away to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
On down into turn number 4, trying to run down the 61 of Aaron Corley. Aaron Corley still your race leader, followed by Tommy Fain, Bobby Miller, Gary Williams, and Shelby Williams. Gary Williams, Diamonds, turn number 3. Trying to get a run on the 1B. Bobby Miller didn't have quite enough for that time. Meanwhile, back up front, your leader still the 61 of Aaron Corley.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we want to thank everybody for tuning in once again here tonight, whether you're on the YouTube side of things or on the Facebook side of things. If you're on the Facebook side of things, if you like the race, you know what to do. Hit that little thumbs up or the heart, whichever one you like to do. Of course, if you're on the YouTube side of things with the ultra high definition 1440p, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, of course, if you like the racing, hit that thumbs up button. As we see Thiago Vieira has subscribed during the race here. So, impressive. I want to talk about how impressive that he is sitting in 11th place in that number 52 machine. And he has subscribed at the same time. So, unless somebody else is doing it for him, which we're going to assume they're not, I'm quite impressed to be able to subscribe to the channel, which probably means he's out there watching it. So a big shout out to you for watching the broadcast while racing this race at the same time. Just goes to show you the skill level goes well beyond just racing, as they're probably watching the race while racing it as well. But we are under caution here let's take a look. Let's bring up those caution facts here for the race. We are under the second caution for 6 laps. Again, all cautions brought to you by Hanover Wrecker Service. Make sure you call them for all your wrecker service needs if you are in the area of the 304 area code. Again, 2 cautions for 6 laps. The lights are off. We're going racing this time by. I wish I was, well, I don't wish I was doing the commentating in real life. No, it was about 3-4 weeks ago now. RaceOnTexas.com actually acquired VRN in a takeover there. It wasn't really a takeover. They acquired us, and part of that was us going out to the real-life racetrack here locally in my town. So I will be filming all of the races here at Monarch Motor Speedway in Wichita Falls, Texas. And supplying that video to them for on-demand. Sim broadcasting has led to real-life filming of real tracks, which could potentially lead into some live pay-per-view events as well. we'll see how that goes down the road. So far, it is just an outstanding blast to be working with him here with one race in the books. Green flag back in the air. RACECORE Xfinity Series presented by Global Building Contractors. Yes, they are dirt cars out there at that track. One of my all-time favorite types of racing, some dirt track racing. Here, love going out to the track any chance I can get, and now I get paid to go out and do it, so I can't beat that for sure. As Bryson Barker runs in second place side by side with Jeff Merck. Jeff Merck not in the lead this time. We'll see if he can get it back, or if Jameer Muhammad's going to use that fresh air to his advantage now. Ooh, as we got somebody into the outside wall, and that's going to stack them up back here. I'm not even sure who that was to get into the outside wall back there, but let's check and see. I'm not sure again who it was. It looked like it was the 53. Indeed, it was Bill Edwards in the 53 that got into the outside wall. As he's got green on that car for St. Patrick's Day, but just slightly scrapes the outside wall. That's going to drop him from about second or third all the way down to 17th position. So he is going to lose several spots off of that. As we go back to the front, still side by side for Jeff Merck and Bryson Barker. Just an outstanding run for everybody here tonight. Again, you just can't complain about the racing here. We currently only have one driver that is not on the lead lap, and that is the 81 of Carlos Maciel, who was involved in an early incident on the track, no fault of his own. And then Justin Lopez, who did not, or Justin, yeah, it is Justin Lopez. There's two Lopez here, J.W. Lopez and Justin Lopez. Justin Lopez did not start the race in the 82 machine, being scored in currently 39th position. Meanwhile, look at this group right here. Ooh, Josh Coley into the outside wall. He's going to lose 2 spots off that, and it looks like the 6 is still into the wall of Matthew Ellis, and he is going to lose about 12, 13, 15 spots. It's just dropping like a rock right now, and then number 6, and it's going to be heavy damage to the 6 of Matthew Ellis, as he just could not get off the outside wall, and he is going to lose several spots there. As we go back to now, let's go back here to this little battle going on here. Mikey Neal currently sitting in 15th position. He is again started 21st or 25th. I guess technically about 38th because of the EOL from last week. He works his way up to 21st, and now he's worked his way up to 15th position in that number 8 machine. So he is making strategy calls out there to get himself to the front of this field, and making great pit stops as well. As his last one, 15.1, not the greatest, but it was enough to pick up some spots. Plus, he's picking them up on the track as well. Jameer Muhammad has led 17 laps so far. He is back out front. Clean air definitely helping him pull ahead of Bryson Barker and Jeff Merck, who are your top 3 here at the moment. And let's go way back in the field here. As you see them right in here, this little group going on. Got some little battles going on here, but just ahead of them, they're still 2 and 3 wide. Excuse me, duking it out here. Josh Coley in the mix here, as well as Jack Fellers, Justin Starr. All these guys really starting to mix it up to kind of determine where they're going to be. And this is what we're talking about. The later you get into this run, especially now, as we're about 3 laps or so away from being at the halfway point. Jameer Muhammad coming to the line. Right there, we're on lap 43. In 3 laps, we will officially be at the halfway point. Of course, lap 43, 44, 45, but they have to complete lap 45. So 3 laps away from actually being declared at the halfway point here for tonight's race. As it is Jameer Muhammad that is still out front leading this race. We will definitely see if we can't get Bryson Bryson Barker up here in that 84. See if we can't take a chat with him. We'll see how those tires are hanging in there for him, as he's doing a fantastic job here. We'll pull that Euro Fest. AC started 14th. He's in second place, so definitely if we get another caution out here, we'll see what we can do to take a chat with him and see how his car is holding up for him here tonight. But again, we are currently only 2 cautions in, and we are now about 2 laps away from the halfway point. Jameer Muhammad bringing him to the line. Let's go over here. Let's go to our, see if we can find it anyway. I figure we have there it is right there. Let's go to this camera here. We're not going to officially go to crank it up. We just want to see how close these drivers are together right now. And look at all the little battles going on here as we're on our static camera. You see a lot of little battles going on throughout this field that we may not otherwise see. As you see that green light glowing here as the green flag has been out for quite some time. We're 12 laps into this stint. So you see right there, there's another little battle going on. Just absolutely love this camera angle here. So there it is right there. We are officially at the halfway point of this race. So we'll see. At the way we're going, I think we're still going to see some cautions, maybe 1, possibly 2 cautions. But don't quote me on that. We have seen some good green flag runs, so this could get very interesting here. What I do want to see here is when you see all these little battles going on throughout the track here. Let's see if we can't get an angle here. There you go. We'll try to use this one, or if we have to, we'll go to the spotters bench. There we go. To see if you can see the fans up there. There is that new feature where the fans will start taking pictures. See if you see any flashes going off in the stands. Right now, apparently the fans not quite as exciting as y'all are out in the real stands. I don't see any flashes going off with pictures, so hopefully y'all are enjoying this race a little bit more than they are, as you're watching right now a battle between the 48 of Dustin Covington and the 17 of Sterling Smith. It looks like Sterling Smith is going to take 11th place away from him, as the 79 of Rodrigo Munoz coming into the picture now as well. Both of these guys, very good drivers here, the 48 and the 17, and don't forget the 79, he's not bad himself, as he's one of the newer drivers. We haven't got to watch him as much, but definitely has been proven that he is fast. And of course, right there in 14th is Mikey Neal. Nobody, hardly anybody anyway, faster than he is on a good day, as he has worked his way from 38th place all the way to 14th. He is definitely moving through this field. Let's go back and take a look here, as you have Jeff Merck going to the inside of Bryson Barker. Bryson Barker trying to hold him off, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. Here goes the 60 to the inside. Merck making his move now here on lap 48 of 90, and I don't think it's going to stick. Let's see. Let's go to the main camera. And no, it's going to be the 84 Bryson Barker at the line, holding on to second place. Just outstanding standing battles going on here. Your top 3 very close together right now. Definitely, we just checking in on chat there. Everything looking good. Thanks for tuning in on the Facebook and YouTube side of things. If you haven't yet, do us a solid and, of course, share the YouTube link out there. We did a little bit of sharing on the Facebook. Let's see if we can get as many people as we can in here on the YouTube side of things. Where, of course, it is in ultra high definition, 1440p. And right now, Jeff Merck doing everything he can to try to get up to Jameer Muhammad. Jameer Muhammad just has that little bit cleaner air, and he is on the move here tonight, and he's proven why he's on the move, and one of the fastest and one of the all-time greatest here in this league here, and probably on iRacing for that matter, as he is just so dominant on these tracks. You know, anything 1.5 miles, 2 miles, Jameer Muhammad will tell you the short tracks are his Achilles heel. However, he's done fairly good at those too here in the past. As we will give you just a rundown here while you're watching this battle for the lead. We, of course, here at Auto Club Speedway. Then we come back on the 24th to Martinsville, followed by the 31st of Texas. And then we come into April. We then have Bristol, and Richmond for that matter, on the 14th. So, you know, you talk about Jameer being out front. He'll probably stand really good at Texas. Bristol and Martinsville and Richmond, those are tracks where he necessarily says he's not the greatest, the shorter tracks. While we've seen otherwise from him, it'll be interesting to see how he does this season. One thing that we didn't have last season that we have this season, of course, is more drivers. We were averaging about 20 to 23 drivers or so last season, 37 on the track right now. Only one of those lap down is the 6th, and Matthew Ellis has retired from the race. His night is done. He's parked it into the hauler. As you'll see, it'll come around here in a minute on the ticker, and you'll see that he is now, unfortunately, out of this race. Oh, just again, outstanding out running. You're watching the RACECORE Xfinity Series presented by Global Building Contractors here on Virtual Racing Network. Again, I don't foresee too many more cautions coming out, as it looks like Bryson Barker is going to try to make a move for second place. And I don't know, is he going to be able to make it hold at the line? It's not like dirt. You can't just slide him and cut his momentum off. I guess you could, but it might not work out too well for you. And no, it's going to be Jeff Merck at the line holding on to second place, as it's getting really intense. Of course, we're on that 54, making 55 at the line of 90. So we only have 37 laps to go. This race is beyond the halfway point at this point in. So these guys are starting to make those moves. They might not have made, 20 laps ago, 30 laps ago. As there goes Bryson Barker one more time to try and make something happen here in this last bit of this race. We'll see Mikey Neal currently in 10th position. He's got a top 10 right now. We have 21 laps on the tires, 22 depending on where you're at on the track at the moment as we go across the line for some of these drivers. We'll see Jameer Muhammad out front. It doesn't look like too much is going on. We're going to watch this battle for second. We step away to a quick commercial break here, and then we'll come back to the remainder of this race. So we will be right back. Are you in the market for a quality new or used car, truck, or SUV? Head on down to Sames Ford in Corpus Christi, Texas, and browse through their inventory today. You won't be disappointed. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We told you we'd be right back, as that was a quick, very quick little word from one of our partners here, Sames Ford, out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Texas's oldest dealership. If you're in the market for a new or used car, make sure you check them out. SamesFord.com is the website, or you can just Google Sames Ford, Corpus Christi, Texas, and it will get you directly to that website where you can browse their selection, or just drive on down there if you're anywhere close. If you're looking for a new or used car, more importantly, a new or used Ford. So check them out. Jameer Muhammad, though, still out front. Bryson Barker was able to get by Jeff Merck during that last little thing there as you watched it live during the commercial break. Bryson Barker now has his eyes set on Jameer Muhammad. While we have it, let's go ahead and pull up your top three here. So you can see right there, Jameer Muhammad has a .666 second lead over Bryson Barker. Now 649. That lead is shrinking as it's going to go to 665 now. So it has grown once again. Now 5.583. So the gap anywhere from 0.5 to 0.6. It is kind of fluctuating. The question is, how much more will it fluctuate? Back up to 0.6, 0.550. It is definitely going different directions at different points in the track. Right now he's caught him. Now it's back down to, or up to 0.649. So it really depends on what corner. It looks like one set of corners Bryson Barker's faster, and then the other part of the corners, or the other set of corners, Jameer Muhammad is faster. So two very distinct different areas of the track and how they're working it. So we'll keep an eye on that little battle here to see how it goes. But why not here while they're on the track? Not sure if we're going to get a caution. It's time to do some cranking up here. So let's go crank it up, and we'll go here with these drivers and see what it's like to hear these machines go. Back, ladies and gentlemen, after a little crank it up here on VRN. As you see it come barreling down the extra here, we're going to go back to our main camera. But you got a 3-wide battle going on here. Jason Covington, I believe, is in the mix as well. No, I mean Brian Bislin. We got a car slowing down. Let's go over to it. That car is coming down pit road just in time as we have Brandon Needham. It looks like Craig Covington coming down pit road, as well as, no, well, yes, he is. Thiago Vieira coming down pit road as well. So several cars coming down pit road here to get things done. We have 28 laps in the books. This may be about where they can make it here. We're on lap 62, so they can probably make it about 30 laps here. We have less than 30 to go, 29 laps to go here in this race. And here come your leaders, Jameer Muhammad down. This is going to give the lead to Mikey Neal, but it looks like Jameer Muhammad's coming down pit road, as well as Jeff Mert coming down pit road. Josh Coley staying out. And there it is, Jeff O'Quinn coming down, as well as Jason Covington. So right at the moment, he's led one lap. Mikey Neal is your race leader from 38 all the way up to currently at first. The question is, will the caution come out? This is when a caution could potentially hurt or help people, so we'll have to wait and see when each driver decides to come down pit road. Mikey Neal coming down this time, as it looks like Austin Edstrom is going to cut the entrance to pit road a little shorter. He's going to come down as well as the 9 coming down of Brian Gorson. So Mikey Neal down, that's going to give the lead to Sterling Smith. He leads one lap now, and then number 17 with the Sterling Smith, your race leader here. We'll see how this one goes for him. It's going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out. Again, that's number 17, Extreme Sim Racing and sponsored Chevrolet out front leading in this race. And when will he come down pit road is that is $1 million question here tonight, as right now he is just doing a fantastic job, and there he is right there coming down pit road, and he will relinquish the lead. He hasn't yet, but he will, here momentarily as Brian Biz is going to come down as well. So it looks like, unless he comes down, Butch Frazier may acquire the lead as the next one that has not come down, and he will indeed. Butch Frazier in the 5:55 right there. Will he lead that lap or no? And no, he's not being scored as the lead lap, or to have led that lap. It looks like that would have still gone to Sterling Smith to actually lead that lap for Butch Frazier. 30 laps on his fuel and tires. He is currently your race leader. He's going to have to come down pit road here shortly. They will definitely have to come down soon. Yes, they may not hear him as much, but they are next to other cars. Depending on how their surround sound is set up, or their sound period, they would be able to hear the other cars around them. They may not hear them quite as good as we do, but yes, you can hear the other cars around you. It really just depends on how your speaker system is set up. But yes, if you've got a really good stereo system, you indeed would be able to hear those cars pretty much as good as we do as well. Again, it really just depends on how much money you've sunk into your speaker system. But Bryson Barker, your new race leader, I know we had somebody out there wanting us to talk to him. David Estes was wanting us to, I believe, talk to him earlier. So my apologies there, David. It doesn't look like your wish is going to get granted. Not because we don't want to. I'm not too sure we're going to get a caution here. So that is good news, of course, if we don't get the caution. And it kind of does stink, too, that David, you're not able to race with us here tonight. Definitely a really good racer in his own. Just unable to make the race here tonight. Bryson Barker out front. Jameer Muhammad trying to run him down here in the closing half of this race. As we have, right there, 23 laps to go. It is 23 laps to go. That is all that remains here in this race. I would say once we get to those last 10 laps, that is what we refer to as go time here. You have to get to the front and make something happen if you're going to. You can't dilly-dally around, as my grandmother would say. You've got to go. Ooh, as we got the 84 Bryson Barker scraping the wall. Sparks are flying as he's going to go and put Carlos Lucille in the 81 another lap. Now within 3 laps down. Josh Reeves in the 69, the Global Building Contractors sponsored number 69 machine out of the race. Here now he is a few laps down. Carlos Lucille 3 laps down, and now as the pit stops here, Justin Covington, Butch Frazier, and Justin Spear 1 lap down. Everyone else is on the lead lap. We currently have, at the moment anyway, 32 of the 39 drivers that started on the lead lap. And we'll go back here and take a little further look. Everyone's pretty much spread out here at the moment. Caution is almost what they need to gather this field back up and kind of regroup and try this again. As now this is the first green flag pit stop that we have seen. So I really think caution is what they are going to need in order to get this thing back together and do it again here. This is going to be some of these guys' best shot. Mike O'Neill has worked his way up to 8th place. I think if he can get a caution now, he could potentially get to the front of this thing. If we now have 21 laps to go, going to be 20 when Bryson Barker gets to the line. You see right there, he is coming out of turn 3 into turn 4. Now out of turn 4, coming to the little tri-oval. Here is, he will bring it to 20 laps to go right there. Again, 20 to go. That is all that remains in this race for tonight. Bryson Barker out front. He's now led 6 laps. He hadn't led the most, and I'm not sure he could technically lead the most, as he'd have to run down Jeff Murph. However, he has definitely put on a terrific show. He's been out front when it matters most, and that is the end of the race. As long as he can hold on to it, he looks to be your race winner here tonight. He's only going to have 19 laps to pull off this field, though, when he gets to the line, as they are coming up online right there. Going to be 19 to go for Bryson Barker. It's 19 laps. When you think, well, 19 laps of 90, that's not too bad. Pulled off the rest of this field. But look who's in the rear view mirror. That is the 2 of Jamir Muhammad. That is going to be a hard one to try to catch you. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the nose cam here of Jamir Muhammad. And you can see right there just how close he is. Let's see if Jamir Muhammad reels him in at the moment. Let's pull up that top 3 as well. You can see right there, 0.549 seconds separating Jamir Muhammad from Bryson Barker. Again, as we run on the nose cam here, for now 0.500. So it looks like now 0.484. Jamir Muhammad is running down Bryson Barker here. That is steadily going down. It's not going up and down, up and down. It is actually consistently going down here. So we'll keep that pulled up there for your top 3 as we go back to our main camera. So 18 laps to go. Jamir Muhammad running down Bryson Barker, your current race leader. If you're just tuning in with us here tonight, you are watching the RACECORE Xfinity Series presented by Global Building Contractors here on Virtual Racing Network, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. This is, of course, if you're looking to get into it, RACECORE, RaceCoreOnlineRacingLeague.com. If you are ready to get into this series or the truck series on Tuesday night. Just to give everyone a little bit of a heads up as to what's coming up this week. The ones that have been here all race and the ones just tuning in while you're watching this battle pursue for the lead. Of course, coming up on Monday, tomorrow, we have the Northwest Xfinity Series, and then we have the season finale for the South Texas Speedway's Winter Super Series. That is the season finale. It's on Tuesday. Wednesday, we believe that's if I'm correct, that's the 20th, so we do not have anything going on Wednesday. Thursday, of course, we have the Schaefer's Oil Modified Touring Series, followed right by the Northwest Truck Series, and then we, of course, will be at Monarch Motor Speedway on a Friday night. But on here on the channel, you can catch Roger covering the race on there, so he will be covering the race for us. He was generous enough to do so make sure you tune in for that. So he will be covering that race for us on Friday nights, and he will be able to do so due to conflict of interest. So make sure you stay tuned to that, of course. Then we come back Sunday. We're off Saturday with some more RACECORE Xfinity Series here on the channel once again. And this battle is starting to really heat up here between Jamir Muhammad and Bryson Barker. As it looks like Jamir Muhammad looking to the inside of Bryson Barker. We got a lap car coming into the picture as well. And I'm not sure who that is at the moment. They are catching. Definitely catching somebody, though. Just not quite sure who it is that they're catching. And there it is. It is the 22 of J.W. Lopez. Let's go. Let's ride along here with J.W. Lopez as Jamir Muhammad makes full advantage of it and gets by. So Jamir Muhammad, your new race leader, as he uses the lap car as a pick, he will go to the front. Bryson Barker probably not too happy. He wants to get the lead back here with 13 to go as they cross the line. This is kind of getting close to that go time. You've got to get where you want. Hopefully for Jamir Muhammad's sake, he did not use those tires up trying to get by Bryson Barker. If he did, he may be in a world of trouble. Bryson Barker didn't. He's going to come back with vengeance to try to get back by here in the closing laps. definitely caution would be ideal for some of these guys here with 16 laps on these tires and about 12 to go. A caution could potentially make it real interesting here, especially for these front guys. Here we would have Mike Watt, J.W. Lopez, Justin Spears, Butch Frazier, and Jeremy Evans that could get the wave arounds. Here, of course, with the lucky dog going to one of those. So a caution could definitely help these guys for sure. And I want to talk about back here. We haven't talked for a little bit because that was such a good battle going on in the front. Jeff Merck still in third place in that number 60 machine. Thiago Vieira sitting in fourth place right now in that 52 machine. He has his hands full of Reese Milton, but what a run for Thiago here. Let's take a look. He started in 27. He's been as low as 28, sitting in fourth position right now. Doing a fantastic job of holding on to fourth. And so far, we've still only had those two cautions for 6 laps. So 6 laps of caution here out of the mini that we have completed. So once we get these 2 out of the way, I think we've kind of settled down here. We really just haven't seen much more in the way of cautions. And of course, that is always good, but some of these guys are wanting that caution so that they can kind of regroup and try this again to get to the lead. And now you're watching the 33 of Josh Coley, and that is the one of Chris Brown. Of course, Chris Brown, one of them is currently a lap down at the moment here. There's your race leader, Jameer Muhammad, has pulled away to a significant size lead of 1.533 seconds. And the question is, how much further will he pull away tonight? Really just don't know if he'll be able to pull away, if anybody's going to be able to run him down. We will definitely check into that here, see what we can figure out. So here's just a minute here. All right, let us know if that is any better out there. Jason, we meant to fix that, or at least try to fix it, to definitely let us know if that fixes the mic issue here, if it is any louder. Hopefully that did do a little bit, so hopefully it's not too much. Would definitely let us know out there if that is any better, Jason. So we thought we meant to fix that, and apparently completely slipped our mind. Well, I wish I had cranked it up once, so we love cranked up, but yes, definitely let me know if our mic sounds better. As Bryson Barker just not able to catch up to Jameer Muhammad right now. It's just not in the cards. It doesn't look like here for him to try and catch him. He's trying as hard as he can. Unfortunately, he's not quite able to get up to him. But he's definitely trying with everything he can to try and get that position back as quickly as he can. But Jameer Muhammad pulling away now to a 2.39 second lead. It's going to shrink to 2.36, but still over 2 second lead. So definitely it's been a good battle here with 7 laps to go. Mikey Neal currently sitting in a 7th place. Austin Edstrom, who had some issues getting into the wall a little earlier, there lost a few spots. He is currently running in 8th place in that number 88 machine. All right, hopefully maybe that's a little better. We turned the cars down as well. This is good practice for us. We will be doing this at the real track as well, getting that audio level. Getting that audio level back to where it should be. So yeah, definitely let us know as we hear back to normal. Is back to normal for the sound mics? Hopefully it is as We cranked ourselves up a little bit and we turned those cars down just a little bit. Hopefully that is about right here for you. As let's go a little through this field here as we're watching the 32 of Jack Fellers trying to run down the 17 of Sterling Smith, as somebody locking up the brakes to get down to pit road. And that's going to be Rodrigo Munoz coming down pit road as we'll try to catch up. There he is, Rodrigo Munoz coming down pit road as Sterling Smith currently in 14th position. His teammate Brandon Young not far behind in 17th at the moment. Well, the question is, who will be in victory lane? Well, I think we've pretty much sorted that out here, as it looks like it's going to be Jamir Muhammad in the 2 machine. Question is, can he hold off Jeff Merck in second place? I think so. As you see there, we just caught that. Bryson Barker falling one more spot here to Jeff Merck. I'm wondering if maybe Bryson Barker may have used those tires up just a little bit, as unfortunately he has fallen back one spot, and it's going to be Thiago Vieira that's trying to catch him now. All right, we moved the cars back up just half a full notch there. I'm not even sure if he got half. We moved those up just a little bit, as we are also good. So hopefully that is good. Obviously the feedback definitely appreciated. So you want to be able to hear the cars and hear us as well. So definitely big shout out to everyone out there helping us out on the bike to let us know in order to bring the best possible experience to the fans. But right now you're watching Bryson Barker right there. He's coming up on 2 to go. As we'll keep an eye on how far Thiago Vieira is behind him. There's 2 to go. And I think he's pretty safe in that position right there. But let's go back to the front here. It's 2 to go for Jamir Muhammad. All right, that is definitely good to know that the mics are sounding good out there for us. Again, appreciate all the help out there from everybody. Definitely exactly what we want to hear is right now as of last week, Bryson Barker finishing in first. And right now, Jeff Merck finishing right where he would have finished last week. There it is. White flag is in the air. 1 to go. Presented by Northwest Racing Series. It is Jamir Muhammad, Jeff Merck. And now it looks like Thiago Vieira is going to fall a little bit as well, as that's going to let Mikey Neal and James Zarello get by him. But I think Bryson Barker's still pretty safe in 3rd position. Mikey Neal all the way up to 4th, though. He's running him down, but I just don't think he has time to do so. White flag is in the air, and it is going to be the 2 of Jamir Muhammad coming up to the line. And checkered flag is waving right there. It's going to be the 2 of Jamir Muhammad that puts it in victory lane here tonight at Auto Club Speedway, as he will celebrate with Global Building Contractors in victory lane later on tonight. I bet they probably made that floor nice and shiny and nice and clean looking. As obviously you need to check them out to get the full inside story on that. But Jamir Muhammad in the 2, putting it in to victory lane here tonight. Let's go ahead and, well, actually we shouldn't have got rid of that just yet. Let's bring that back up here onto the screen, as it is time to go through your unofficial race results here for tonight's race. Let's bring it up. Your race results here for tonight. Again, finishing in first place here tonight is going to be the 2 of Jamir Muhammad. In second place is going to be the 6 of Jeff Merck. Third place will be Bryson Barker in the 84. Fourth place will be the 8 of Mikey Neal. Fifth place will be the 52 of Thiago Vieira. Sixth place will be the 13 of James Thorello. Whoops. Fourth place, seventh place will be 88 of Austin Edstrom, and eighth place will be the 9 of Brian Dorsey. We're a little click happy there. Ninth place will be the 3 of Alex Huffman. Is that correct? That is correct. I'm not sure he was normally the 3, but the 10th place will be the 76 of Reese Milton. And 11th place will be the 16 of Brandon Needham. And 12th place will be the 17 of Sterling Smith. 13th will be the 32 of Jack Fellers, 14th the 96 of Craig Covington, 15th the 33 of Josh Coley, and 16th will be the 51 of Brandon Young. 17th will be the 29 of Brandon Dorsett, 18th will be the 10 of Jason Covington, 19th will be the 99 of Justin Starr, and 20th will go to the 24 of Brian Bazell. 21st will go to the 53 of Bill Edwards, 22nd the 94 of Jeff O'Quinn. 23rd will go to the 4 of Justin Winters. 24th will go to the 45 of Brian Jones. 25th will be the 14 of Adam Henderson. 26th will be the 22 of J.W. Lopez. 27th will be the 77 of Justin Spear. And 28th will go to the 79 of Rodrigo Munoz. 29th will be the 56 of Mike Watts. 30th will be the 11 of Jeremy Evans. 31st will be the 63 of Charles Hoffman, and 32nd will go to Chris Brown in the 1. 33rd will go to the 555 of Butch Frazier. 34th will go to the 78 of John Van Varelis. 35th will go to the 81 of Carlos Maciel. And 36 will go to the 48 of Dustin Covington. 37th will go to the 69 of Josh Reeves. 38th will go to the 6 of Matthew Ellis. And 40th will go to the 82 of Justin Lopez. That, of course, will do it here for your unofficial race results. We are going to step away here for just a moment, and we'll come right back with your top 3 interviews. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with your top 3 drivers in the booth with us, as we are going to talk to all 3 of them. Of course, coming in 3rd place here tonight is going to be 84 of Bryson Barker. Led quite a few laps, had an outstanding run here tonight. It seems like the car may have just faded there a little bit at the end. So first off, give us just a general rundown of how this car handled tonight and what happened there kind of towards the end.
Honestly, it was a tight setup. I didn't get much practice, so it took a couple laps during the race. I didn't qualify well at all. But after a couple laps, I kind of learned how to drive it and just slowly work my way through the field and got inside the top 3 before that long run. And then at the end, I knew I probably couldn't pass Jameer under green, So I tried to short pit not knowing how many laps we can make it. So I had to go into pretty hard savings mode the last 15 laps or so. I was going to try to hold Jameer off and hope for a caution, but after I realized that's probably not going to happen, I just went to savings.
Definitely, it's one thing we've learned about RACECORE. You never know what you're going to get. We go last week, and you would think we were out to set the world record of cautions with all of them we had. Then you come this week, and you have 2 cautions. So you really never know what you're going to get. Sometimes there's a happy medium, sometimes just flat out caution fest, and then other times it's like tonight where you have 2 cautions and the rest of the race is green. And obviously not getting a whole lot of practice here doesn't help that fact at all. Not knowing how the car handles for you kind of gives you an idea of how other people may be handling it as well. But going forward into the schedule, of course, we'll take a quick look here. Next week, of course, is going to be Martinsville. How do you typically fare there? And, what are you looking to get out of that? A good finish, or you think you got a car to possibly get the win there?
Oh, yeah, I think I can. With a ton of fun to go to. Some beating and banging and hopefully staying out of the wall.
Well, definitely, it's a good strategy to stay out of the wall at Martinsville. It's a tough track. There is going to be some beating and banging. As they say, tempers will flare and fenders will get bent at Martinsville, Bristol, any of those little tracks like that. But we're going to let you go celebrate that 3rd place. We know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be for that 3rd place finish?
Oh, yeah, of course. Global Winning Contractors, the Gold Q, iRacing Drivers World, Alex Huffman Paints, my teammate Dave. I'm glad he's going to be back next week, and you for a cool broadcast.
All right, again, congrats on the 3rd place here tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you here again before this season is over. And, of course, finishing 1 spot ahead for the 2nd week in a row. He's been a bridesmaid and not a bride. Of course, I think he'd rather be a groom, but that's another story. He finishes that 2nd place, and that is the 60, even though it says 6 on the screen, of Jeff Merck. You finish once again in the runner-up spot. So obviously you want to get that win and just came up a little bit short again this week. But 2 second-place finishes in a row can't be too much to complain about.
Yeah, no. Running second to Jameer Muhammad, you can't be too upset with that. I'll take 2 second places in a row. This is a 36-week schedule, so it's not like, hey, I'll take second places from now to the end, and I'll definitely be in the chase.
Definitely you'll be in the chase. We same thing that we just talked to Bryson about coming in the next week is going to be Martinsville. It's totally different than what we've seen. We've seen super speedways, we've seen 2 miles, we've seen 1.5 miles, and now we go to Martinsville where if you don't leave with some fender damage, you probably weren't racing hard enough. At least that's what they say. So what are your expectations going into Martinsville, assuming if we continue at the trend we've had, we could have 40-plus drivers there?
Yeah, I almost look at Martinsville almost like a super speedway. I think it's more about luck than anything. A lot depends there on what the guys behind you do. If your braking point could be totally different from theirs, you could get ran over going into the corner, and then it's mayhem from there. You want to try to qualify up front and stay up there. You don't want to get in the middle or the back, that's for sure, because then you have to worry about your car, everybody else's car. I like Martinsville. It's a driver's track. I like driver's tracks. Looking forward to Martinsville. We'll see what happens.
Definitely, we are looking forward to it. Obviously, it's like you said, a little bit or a lot about luck, like a super speedway. And you've been finishing in 2nd place 2 weeks in a row, so maybe Lady Luck will be on your side here, and you can put it in victory lane. Big key, obviously, avoiding the mayhem at Martinsville. Hopefully that can be done here for you, but we know you got some sponsors on that car and some shout-outs you want to give. So who are those for that 2nd place finish again tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we have to thank our sponsors over here at RACECORE, Global Building Contractors, Gold Cube, iRacing Drivers World, Huffman Designs. I have to thank Covington Motorsports for letting me run under their banner. The Covington Motorsports 4 Seasons AC Camaro. I mean, she was fast tonight. I wish we could. Wish that last run would have stayed green. Car out front definitely had an advantage, but I also like to thank you for a great podcast. I do enjoy going back watching the race. I forgot this last week. I'd like to thank Justin Starr for putting it on. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. Also the admins, Brian Bizzle, Brandon Dorsett. Without those three guys, none of this is possible. I'd like to thank Jameer Mohammed, racing me real clean the whole race. It was real fun racing him. Same thing with the 84 car. I hadn't been here long enough to know everybody's name, but it was real fun racing them guys up front.
Definitely it was a blast to watch you race out there. Again, just awesome way to finish second place again here tonight, and congrats on to that. And hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
Have a good one. Congratulations, Jameer. Good race, bud.
All right. And, of course, speaking of Jameer, he is sitting in victory lane here tonight. Literally, his car is sitting in victory lane there. That is, of course, the number 2 of Jameer Mohammed. Once again, sitting in victory lane. He's been there many, many times. Throughout the course of RACECORE and even the old NASCAR when before it changed. But coming from last week at ISM, you finished in 20th spot. And this week, of course, putting into victory lane. So a huge turnaround from last week. So, when you have a bad week like that, to finish that low in the results, to come back and win the next week, is it kind of not necessarily redemption, but more like just a huge confidence boost, knowing that, okay, that was just a fluke, I'm back in victory lane again?
Yeah, I mean, just coming back and running well, it's kind of like a little bit of relief after running so badly and having that bad taste in your mouth for the entire week. Yeah, it was a great race, fun race. I've won a lot in the series over the last year and a bit, but these races are so much harder to win now. The field is so deep. These guys are really talented and really strong, and they're very good at different tracks, and these are really hard to win now, so I'm super happy and stoked.
We want to talk to you a little bit about had this race said been maybe 20 more laps and we'd have had another caution, or maybe not even had the caution, you just had those extra 20 laps on this race. Obviously, Mikey Neal, one of your big rivals here in this. You always race each other clean, but we've all been aware that he is one of your biggest rivals. You two are always racing together. He came from, I believe, 38th to finish in 4th. If you see him and your relative getting closer and closer throughout the race, did you ever wonder if he was going to be up there and you two duking it out like you've done in the past?
Oh, you know what? I always check to see where Mikey is on the track at all times whenever he's behind me, just to see where he's lurking. It was a very impressive drive to come all the way up to 4th. I know Mikey, he's probably not excited about a 4th place finish, but I think he's got a lot to be proud of with that run. It's not very easy to pass around here, so he did pretty well to get up there. And big shout out to Jeff and Bryson. They both raced really cleanly up front, and very fair. It was a very clean, close battle. I felt like we were all even in the first 15 laps. At the longer runs is where I kind of felt a little more confident in, and yeah, I definitely was glad that it was a long green flag finish there at the end.
Well, of course, the last question here, before we get to your sponsors and stuff, and that's the same question we asked them. This one more important for you than the other two, I think, here, because we've spent a lot of time covering you whether it was me or Jeff talking to you last season, we've heard you talk about how the mile and a half, the 2 miles kind of are your tracks. You always say you're not real good at the short tracks. Martinsville is a short track. So do you think, that short track curse is kind of lifted a little bit, and you'll think you do good there, or are you still kind of struggling at those tracks, even though you really don't seem to struggle, but you just we think you do. I think it's a mental thing there for you.
Yeah, no, I think you're right on. It's I'm just not that skilled at the short tracks yet. Bryson, Mikey, those guys are always fast there. I think Austin's gonna be quick there. I'm going to keep working at it. Obviously, the way the schedule is, there's so many 1.5 and 2 mile tracks that I don't really get a chance to practice those short tracks. But I'm slowly getting better. I'm not there yet to that to their levels, but I'm going to keep trying, keep running laps, and hope that the next week pans out. But I'm usually not looking forward to the short tracks, and I usually like to get them over with. But I'm looking forward to this coming up weekend, and I'm hoping to improve. So it's sort of an important week for me to make sure I get better.
Well, definitely, we'll be looking to see where you finish. And we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs on that car. So who would those be for that win here tonight?
Yeah, thanks Charles. Great job on the broadcast, as always. Shout out to Global Building Contractors, Gold Cube, Huffman Designs, Irish Drivers World. Shout out to my wife, my son, parents watching. And a shout out to Justin and Brian and Brandon, the admins, for all the work they do behind the scenes to make this happen. Thanks.
All right. Well, again, congrats on the win. And that is just about going to do it here for tonight's broadcast. Of course, before we completely sign off here for tonight, we need to thank all the sponsors as well. Here on the racing side of things, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Global Building Contractors, iRacing Drivers World, and Gold Cube here on the racing side of things. And on the broadcast side of things for 2019, we wouldn't be here without the following partners: Northwest Racing Series, Walls of Beard Co., Race on Texas, Sim Speed Shop, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports, Huffman Designs, and RACECORE. On behalf of everyone at RACECORE Virtual Racing Network, Race on Texas, since we are technically a division of them, and everyone else out here, the drivers, fans, everyone that has a hand in all of this, we thank you for tuning in tonight, and we hope you have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow night with the season finale. Sorry, not the season finale, not the season finale. We'll see you Tuesday night for the season finale of the STS WSS. But tomorrow night we will be back here at 9:45 p.m. Central Time with the Northwest Xfinity Series. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you there.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the